Okay.
It's go. Hello, Hoops and Homers family. We are back for another week of the pod. We have unfortunate news for you about that, actually. But before we get into that, Garrett is right here. Again, I did not get the opportunity to beat him in pig this week or horse, and he's very excited about that, I'm sure.
I wish you guys would have seen the petrified look he had on his face when I drained a couple in a row. But are you excited to talk about branded Pajimski today?
No, I am absolutely not, dude.
No computer for me today. Good to see you guys. We're excited to get into it.
We are.
A lot of fun news for us.
A lot of fun news. Yeah. I mean, the first bit of news we have is not as fun, but it's important. So for those of you who haven't followed any of the other 5280 media sports content or podcasts, what you would have heard on Thursday, had you listened to the Rockies Now podcast, is that we're changing some things over at 5280 with the structure and the way we're doing content. And so that has unfortunately meant the ultimate eradication of this podcast. This podcast will be no more after this week. This is the last episode of Hoops and Homers, but fear not, we're doing nothing but Nugs going forward. That's officially a Nuggets podcast that we have on 5280 Media. Haven't really been uploading as much as we'd like to be, but we will do that more starting next week. Garrett and I will be here Friday evenings talking about the Nuggets only for about an hour. So that's a major change. We figured we'd let you know. But other than that, my friend, is there anything else you'd like to say before we dive right on into it?
Guys, I told you it was only going to go up from here. Chris has actually already lost the lead. We'll get into that in a little bit, but feel free to leave all your comments. Again, subscribe. We're here for you. We want to hear more from you. We're excited to just kind of dive into who the Nuggets are, who we think they're going to be, and if there are real problems here. Because we're still at the point now where, like, do you have a little bit of concern about consistency at this point with the Nuggets?
I don't think so, because we need a healthy team that's consistently in the rotation. Because yes, we'll get into this in a second, a lot more in detail. But the issue is, and the reason why I'm now losing in our competition is because this team has such different rotations week in and week out that it's impossible to predict what they're going to do on any given evening.
Welcome to hell, Portland Trailblazers.
And we can start right there, honestly, if we wanted to. But first, let's update the people on the predictions, because last week, I mean, we both made some pretty conservative predictions, honestly. If we go take a look here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we can start with Portland, I guess, just walk through game by game. I said the Nuggets would beat Portland by 1. Garrett said that the Nuggets would beat Portland by 6. And since the Nuggets beat Portland by 54, you ended up winning that matchup in terms of the point differential. So that was a good start to the week for you. You got to cut into my lead a little bit. But what exactly was going on in this game, dude? Just insanity all around.
Welcome again to branded Pajimski.
Oh my gosh.
Did you know that somebody that's my height can actually get 15 rebounds in a game?
Apparently that's what last week taught us.
He's a little bit taller than me, but God, I mean, have you seen a less likely guy to get 15 rebounds ever in an NBA game?
No, I haven't. But it's interesting that you want to skip so far ahead, a whole 2 days, to humiliate me before we even get to talk about at least something that was closer of a win for me, with the Portland game. It's like,
I can't wait every time I get to do these things. I was excited after last week. I had gained some momentum. I already had confidence, but then I had reason for confidence. Yeah. And then this week happened, and we weren't even great. I mean, I wasn't even great in the Boston game. It didn't matter.
No way, it really didn't. It didn't. But you were. I think you picked the Nuggets to lose to Golden State, didn't you?
Absolutely. I picked Golden State to win that game.
You picked Golden State to win that game. Yes. Yeah. So you picked the Nuggets to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. by a whole 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did not lose they lost by more.
They lost by 11. Now they lost by 11, 128 to 117. Okay. So if we're just going to walk through all the predictions, then I said the Nuggets would beat Golden State by 6. All right. So, the fact that I was wrong there in the differential that I was compared to Garrett's, he then picked up some more rating there. And then you get the Boston game where I thought we would lose by 11. Garrett said we'd also lose, but he said we'd lose by 2. He was very conservative with his picks this week to make sure that at a minimum he did not fall farther behind. And he ended up picking up so much ground that now at this point he's got the lead.
He was flaunting a 30-point lead 2 weeks ago and he's already lost it.
I certainly did. I did. I was flaunting it because I was so sure that I'd be able to hold it down. I was also anticipating that you'd make some more outlandish blowout picks.
I also think we need to do this segment now every week. Who's the random role player that is going to ruin the Nuggets' lives? Because it is important that we actually need to hit this every week now. Because it seems to happen 1 game a week.
Seems to. Yes.
Brandon Pajimski getting a triple-double is more unlike. I mean, I am more likely to get married tomorrow than Brandon Pajimski getting a triple-double against the Nuggets.
Let's go take a look at let's start with Portland first. All right, let's give me a win, okay? Just to start off here. By the way, the new score is I'm at -61 and you're at -43, which is good for you because you're closer to 0 than I am. Just for those of you who haven't watched and understood what that is and how that works.
You've been nearly 50 in the last 2 weeks. This is hilarious to me.
It's because you stopped picking the Nuggets to blow out bad teams, which might be concerning, actually, the fact that you're right about that. But
again, doesn't this speak to the issue that I know you want to say that it's a rotation and an injury thing, and it is. But at what point are they just the team they are? We're in March tomorrow. March is Sunday, dude.
March is 2 days from now. That's correct.
You are the team you are at a certain point.
And hopefully
there's only so much runway that Gordon's going to have if he even comes back at a decent time.
Adelman said he should be back. He wants him to be back with 20 games left. He thinks 20 games would be enough for them to get in a rhythm going into the postseason.
Do you know when that is? 20 games?
20 games is like next week.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, and I mean, he was out all of February, so he had plenty of time to recover, right? So that's not completely unreasonable, right? So, I mean, we'll see how it goes, right? At the end of the day. But this Portland game, all right, who did well in this game? I mean, Joker did well. Joker got himself a nice little break in the fourth quarter because
I don't think anybody struggled. Can we just start there?
No one struggled. That's a very good
for
point
Denver, I'm saying. Yeah.
For Denver, 21 of 41 from 3. So, I mean, we were talking about that narrative last week, right? The fact that they just need to take and make more threes.
Who are they going to lose to shooting 21 of 41 from 3?
Yeah,
they would bludgeon OKC with that stat line.
And they got 96 shot attempts in this game. That's like the most they've had in several. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's incredible. And so the fact that they played with some pace in this game, they got themselves good looks.
Portland, we're going to skip Tim Hardaway's 19 points over this game for obvious marketing reasons for me.
Yeah. That's going to be your Brandon Pajimski equivalent.
Or Cam Johnson. I mean, there's so many guys I'm down on that you're not as down on. But nobody, like I said, nobody had any issues this game. Remember last week, I think it was last week that I talked to you about how many guys missed more shots than they made. Without looking right now, how many guys missed more shots than they made that played for the Nuggets?
Missed more shots, so shot under 50% from the field.
Yeah, total.
How many guys played? 12?
There were
11.
Yeah, because Jalen Pickett didn't play. There's 4 right there. 12 guys played.
12 guys. Okay, 12 guys did play. I'm going to say it was probably just – was it anybody? Did anybody shoot less than 50% from the field?
There are actually 2.
Is KJ Simpson one of them?
No, KJ was 1 for 2.
That's what I thought. Yeah,
it was somehow still Cam Johnson. Then, of all people, this would be surprising. Jonas Valanciunas was 3 of 8 from the field in this game.
That sounds about right. Is this the game where he made like his 1 3 of the week?
No,
it wasn't.
He didn't attempt a 3 in this game.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't attempt.
Of all the guys that everybody attempted a 3 except for Zeke Naji, Jonas Valanciunas, and KJ Simpson. Which, funny enough, played instead of Jalen Pickett. That's something we've talked about a ton.
We'll talk about him when we get to our rotation for this week. But yeah, I like him a lot.
I do too.
Okay, so it was only 2 guys who shot under 50% in this
The
game?
entire game. That is out of control. I know that happened last game, or the last time we talked about this at a different game. Man, dude, most of these dudes are really high volume too. Like, you think the next time Deron Holmes gets 7 shots up? It'll probably be a while.
Just a little bit.
I would tell you it's going to be next year.
That's what I was actually thinking. I'm not even lying. I was going to say next season?
The preseason of next year.
Yeah.
When he starts one of the games. Yeah.
Exactly, brother. Okay.
Really impressive.
That is really impressive. What was the lowest point output they had in a quarter in that game?
Oh my gosh, dude.
39?
That's a great question. 32 in the fourth quarter. They had every quarter before that they were over 40, which is just. What do you? If you saw the score, which I know you did, and we all were watching, but if you were just looking at the scoreboard and you're like, oh, so it's 125 to 85 at the end of the third quarter.
No, I wasn't even watching this game, honestly, but it was late enough and I was about to go to bed, so I had nothing else to do. So I checked my notifications and I was like, end of the third, 125 to 85. I kind of want to go watch the fourth quarter of this game.
I was out doing something and I got a couple texts from Chris. I'm like, Chris, are you okay? Do I need to visit you in the hospital or something? Chris is like, what just happened? I was like, well, Jesus isn't back to earth yet. What else could he be talking about?
I know you were confused.
I was because I was not locked in on this game.
No, for good reason.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I was just as stunned as you as I looked at the box score.
That's insane.
It's funny. The first video I see is Jeremy Grant trying to guard Nikola Jokic, which is funny for us for many reasons.
I miss Jeremy Grant kind of.
Has he been relevant since he left the Nuggets?
No. And he's been on like 2
he's not even
teams.
that bad.
He's not bad. No, that's
what do you think
crazy.
he averages a year? What do you think his averages are right now? Yeah.
Oh goodness, 21, 8, and 2.
19, 4, and 2.
Wow. Okay. Right, fair enough.
And he's still 38% from 3, 83 from the line.
Yeah. I miss him. I do.
He's still a really efficient player. I can't believe nobody's traded for him in the last 4 years.
He's been on like 2 or 3 teams over the last 3 or 4 years, hasn't he? I think he was on Detroit for a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. No, that's because that's the team he took on instead of. Again, people forget that the Nuggets matched that offer. He's just like, I'm good. I want more shots.
Yeah. Let me dominate.
Averaged like 25 points a game on Detroit.
Yep.
On a team that was, dreadful would be kind to that team.
Atrociously bad.
Yeah. And then goes to Portland and is either hurt, the most talked about trade guy in the league, or like just silently putting up 20 and 4 every night. It's so funny to me.
Yeah.
What a weird career.
Weird career for Jeremy Grant because he started off in Oklahoma City.
No. Philly. He was on those.
Oh, that's
he
right.
was on the process teams.
Yeah.
He was a 7th. He wasn't even a starter. He was a 7th or 8th man. And then really carved out a career after that, which I would say he might be the most successful guy outside of Embiid that's on that process team. How weird is that?
That is actually crazy.
There's only 3 guys that did anything with their career. We're not going to count Ben Simmons because he's
it doesn't count.
TJ McConnell was on those teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure we could count Ish Smith. We're not going to. Embiid happens to have won an MVP that he shouldn't have won.
Yeah. What's that one Thompson guy? Remember him?
Hollis Thompson?
Hollis Thompson, yes.
Do you know? I don't know him from watching. I know him from playing
2K.
KJ McDaniels. All these guys that were so good that never had a career.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 year with a team. That was it.
Yep. Right there with you. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I won a dunk contest with KJ McDaniels in 2K.
Wow. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Okay. So that was
we're gonna go back.
So back to Jeremy Grant and back to this game. That was an utter destruction. Yeah. So
what do you think worked outside of 3-point shooting in this game?
I think in watching back the highlights and watching the end of that game, the ball movement looks good.
It feels like the rotation feels a little cleaner. Adelman really feels confident about what he wants, even if they didn't perform Saturday and really didn't even score very well on Wednesday. I think he feels a lot more like, hey, this is what I want. but this is probably where we have to get back to Jalen Pickett. It seems like Adelman's out.
This is
like
the
he's
crazy
not playing
thing.
in the playoffs at this point, right? At all.
I don't really know why. Well, okay, look, I can understand why Pickett might not be getting minutes. I mean, I even noted it to you a few weeks ago. He had been on a steady decline week by week before he was eventually benched. And so it makes sense that he doesn't get playing time now. But I mean, to need a ball handler and to pick KJ Simpson over him,
The
it
guy
was
who
kind of
couldn't
interesting.
play for Charlotte.
He couldn't, but he looks good because he fills exactly the role that the Nuggets need, which is a pass-first point guard. He makes great passes.
Also,
great ball
really
handler.
cool, the local piece. Like most of you guys know him from CU. He was an absolute, I mean, he was a unit at CU.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The game winner against Florida in the tournament. Just a really special playmaker. I would say if there's anything that I don't like about Jalen Pickett's game, I would say there's a lot of hesitancy maybe in his game. There's less of an athleticism piece that KJ has the opposite of. KJ goes.
KJ looks like a basketball player.
KJ's a decision maker, and I think that's something that Adelman wanted at the team. I will never forget the Jalen Pickett carrying them against the Sixers game that I've brought up. I think every podcast I've been on with you.
Everyone.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it's the most magical performance of any player this season because it's the most surprising. Came out of nowhere.
When we needed it most. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So at the same time, there's a guy that fits the system right now. There's kind of a guy that doesn't.
Oh.
So I'll kind of let you
Interesting.
keep going there.
Yeah. I was going to move into game number 2. I'm interested when we get to the player impact section, what you think of this particular player. But okay. Yeah. So that was game 1. Nuggets handled business, to put it lightly. Game 2, national television, Sunday afternoon. I got home from church. I was excited to watch this game. And that was not a very exciting game to watch.
4 dudes showed up in this game if you want to look just at the box score. Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic. All awesome in this game, just from a box score standpoint. They were all traffic cones this game. It's kind of bad.
Okay, to be fair, Golden State came out on absolute fire from 3.
It's a weird game for them to feel like they needed, but you can almost hear there was a pregame speech that might have been a little bit different this time from Steve Kerr.
Just
Al Horford, who has looked like he is 100 most of the year, was averaging 8 points a game, had 22 in 27 minutes, 8 of 11, 6 of 7 from 3. Might I remind you that Al Horford this year is shooting 35% from 3, and that's grown a little bit recently. He couldn't miss. We brought up Brandon Pachimski, 18, 15, and 9. That's outrageous for many reasons. Gary Payton going 3 of 8 from 3. You have a better jump shot than Gary Payton. Guy Santos, I don't even think you know who that is. I do know who that is.
Santos. Yeah, I know Santos.
Okay. 6 of 7.
Wow. Didn't know he had that.
Moses Moody, who actually has been secretly really good for the Warriors all year. 9 of 16, 4 of 9 from 3, hits 23, 7, and 5. There just wasn't a lot of misses. I think just the Warriors they came ready for this one in ways that just the Nuggets could never match from the start.
No, they were locked. They were locked from the get-go. And even when they kind of cooled off later on in the game, the Nuggets just couldn't find a way to take advantage of that, which was just a little bit disappointing to see. That was the game that kind of led to the whole amp up the team kind of sentiment that I think Adelman gave in a press conference earlier before the Celtics game. Like between Monday and Wednesday, he said something about them needing to really step up the physicality on defense or something.
Third game in 4 nights. Tough atmosphere. That place gets loud, even though it's not the Oracle Center. Warriors games are loud. They have good fans. It screamed Hornets nest, and that's why I said I thought Gold State was going to find a way to sneak one in. They're not a better team. I don't think anybody that even watched that game, even for the first time, is like, oh, Golden State is way better than Denver. But a team motivated means something.
They've beaten us twice now this year, haven't they? They beat us on opening
night.
They're
a strangely a better matchup now than they were before. I noticed this last year, and I don't know what you think about this. the Lakers are just dog food for the Warriors every time they play them. With Luka, ever since Luka got traded to the Lakers, that's a way better matchup for the Lakers now than it was before. And I just have noticed at the same time, the Nuggets really don't have a Steph fix. And Steph didn't play this game. Guys filled his role in a lot of ways with the way they made threes. Both those teams are really weird matchups for the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Because they're just not the defensive scheme has to be really unique for those two teams.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see that. I still think the Nuggets would win that series in 6.
6, probably 5.
Well, I'm saying if like everybody, I was going to say if like the Warriors had everybody, Jimmy, Steph, all those guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot Jimmy. They had no Jimmy in this game. They had no Steph. They had no Draymond.
I think you're right about that. Let me look one more time. I don't think Draymond played.
And we still gave up 128 points.
No Porzingis, no Seth Curry.
I forgot Porzingis is on this team.
It's so goofy.
They had literally none of their 4 best players in this game, and we still got effectively landslided.
Plus, by the way, by percentage-wise, the greatest shooter of all time, which is his brother, Seth Curry.
Yeah, right. By percentage. Is that what we're talking about?
He's the most efficient shooter in NBA history, but percentage-wise. He's actually, which is pretty cool because he's a really good player, but he'll never sniff Steph, in my opinion.
No. It's kind of funny that the most efficient shooter from 3 of all time and the largest volume shooter of 3.
The greatest shooter
of all time.
Say it, yeah.
Both of them are siblings. That's kind of funny.
And on the same team. Yeah.
They're on the same team now.
I wish they could start together. That would never happen.
Nope.
But yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
weird
that was
game.
That was
really
a
weird game.
Very strange game.
Third game in 4 nights again. Tough one to get up for in a lot of ways. A game that Golden State needed way more than the Nuggets did. You might just be able to chalk it up to that. I don't think the defense is great. I also think they were probably cooked. They were exhausted. But
that's the one game, conveniently enough, KJ Simpson didn't play.
He would have been a nice little boost to energy here because he didn't.
Not that that's the reason.
He's way more. I'm not saying he's way more conditioned than everybody, but like he's got a lot fresher legs than the rest of the other guys, right? At this point,
yeah. Not that that's the reason they lost, but it is kind of just kind of funny that the one game he doesn't play is the one game we don't landslide the other team. So there you go. That's a fun no correlation.
A game that has nothing to do with that game on Wednesday night, where they beat the Celtics in a game we both thought was a really bad matchup for the Nuggets. Turns out, if you play defense like the Nuggets did, the last 2 quarters, the Celtics, neither one of them, they got to 20 points in the quarter.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Insane.
And something I also looked at before we hopped on here, Jaylen Brown is actually barely over 50% true shooting percentage in the last 20 games. They're actually maybe a little low-key getting figured out, and maybe they need Jason Tatum right now a little bit more than we realize.
Just a little bit.
An awesome defensive game by the Nuggets. They came out with their hair on fire. I would think Alabama had a lot to say after the game on Sunday to the team, for obvious reasons.
Certainly did, and it certainly
you can't get beat out for that many rebounds to Brandon Pajimski, right? As much as we can joke about it, that's not winning basketball to allow that.
Nope.
And really, they forced other people than Jaylen Brown to beat them, and nobody did it.
Nope, they did not.
None of them were even. They're actually an awesome. The way it played out, I'd love to see that in the finals again. Because oh my gosh, they have no answers for anybody on the wing.
No.
The Denver threw at them. No one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you just love to see Jordan Walsh or Hugo Gonzalez chuck up threes in the finals?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
I would.
Yeah, for sure, bro. That's a finals win for the Nuggets if I've ever seen one.
It's a 4-game series if Tatum doesn't play in that series. So I would say.
Who was the best Nugget in this game?
Yeah. So Jokic, not exactly as efficient. It took him 28 shots to get 30 points. Probably one where you'd love the Nuggets, or if you're the Celtics, you're like, oh, that isn't too bad. But he's still at 30, 12, and 6 in this game. Probably still, he's always going to be the best Nuggets. That's almost a cop out. I'm going to try to go a little outside the box here. I thought watching the game, I thought Julian Strother was really impactful in this one. I would love to hear your thoughts. 26 minutes, 12 points, 5-9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. He had a rebound, an assist. I just saw him flying all over the court. I thought he played really good defense, which I don't think we've always seen out of him.
Yeah.
I just thought he fought his butt off in this game, and he actually got the Jaylen Brown matchup a little more.
I mean, yeah, it's interesting.
No more than not the entire time, but he ended up picking up here and there and helping for Christian Brown on certain instances.
Who was Cam on? Derek White?
I believe Cam was guarding Sam Hauser, I think.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Which is kind of the matchup that he'd have to. That's kind of how it'd have to be. Just Cam's a long defender. Got to keep the defense honest. That's guy Hauser only does all his work outside.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. I mean, that's good for Julian. It's good to see that he's plugging in nicely in this very small but yet kind of sizable Nuggets lineup, because it's like you have 2 6'6", 6'7" guards in there, and then you have Cam who's like 6'8".
Can I give you a hot take?
Sure.
Julian Strother is the person the most to benefit from the coaching change of any Nugget.
You have to explain that.
He gets, I mean, other than just saying he gets more chances, he's been able to grow his game a lot. We saw there's a point where he was settling. He's learned more of a mid-range, a float game. He's played more defense. He actually gets to play with the Joker more than once every other game and has developed a lot of chemistry there. Their pick and roll, it's not Murray and Jokic. Nothing's going to be. I think I'd be terrified of a defense if I saw Strother and Jokic do a pick and roll. It just looks really dangerous every time I see it.
It does.
I mean, both those guys can shoot. Both those guys can drive. Strother is sneaky athletic.
Both can float.
Both can float. Yeah. I really like what I've seen from Julian Strother all year, especially the last 2 months. And you see the player that scared the Thunder a little bit. It takes a lot to do that.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, if we can get more out of Julian Strother to the point where we get more consistent game 6 from last year's playoffs against the Thunder, Julian Strother, that'd be fantastic. Overall, his week was kind of
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the highlights of his week, I think. Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Besides the Portland game where everyone had an amazing game. It felt like.
Who struggled in that one?
No one. Absolutely no one. I didn't struggle in that game.
Yeah.
And so,
you had a good night's sleep next day?
Oh, yeah. It was the best night's sleep, bro. Actually, no, I was kind of annoyed, not going to lie, because we had an opportunity to get 160 in that game. I wanted 160, and they missed like all 3 of their last shots and then didn't take one on their final offensive drive and just let the shot clock violation
the fourth
happen.
Quarter was easily the worst quarter they had.
I was so disappointed. So disappointed. But overall, I slept well. All right, so fair enough. Okay.
Rotation pieces. I know that's where we're going.
Yeah, let's talk rotation. So week over week, guess the 4 Nuggets that, compared to their performance last week, played better with respect to their overall team's contribution this week. So like, if you think of the rotation,
I think Jokic has to be in there, right?
Jokic is in there. Yes.
Jokic played way better this week.
Way better this week. Yeah.
The guy that I never like to talk about is probably going to be on here. Tim
actually had a worse week this week. Okay. And I mean, that's understandable. He only averaged 14. He only took 6-3.
Gotta keep the agenda going
Oh
here.
my gosh. The anti-THJ agenda is alive and well.
Jonas has got to be on here, right?
Jonas is on here.
Yeah,
all right, because he was not very good. He was not very good the last week.
Strother
he
was here and there. I don't know if that's going to make it.
Strother's slightly worse this week, but pretty much the same.
Christian Brown was really good.
Christian Brown was much better this week than last week. Yes, correct.
Okay, gotta get one more here. Is Deron Holmes cheating?
Deron Holmes, and now because he didn't play an average, of at least 10 minutes a game.
I feel like I can see without even looking at the chat right now. Your father's screaming right as I'm saying this, like out loud, pounding the couch.
What is going on?
Yeah.
Probably
bringing up Deron Holmes in a positive way.
Yeah,
he can't handle that.
Can't handle it. Not right now. He'll be able to handle it in a year or two.
Okay, why don't you reveal that last one for me?
The last one, believe it or not, Cam Johnson played relatively better this week than he did last week.
That,
Isn't that incredible? All right. Last week he averaged 10 points per game, averaged 4 rebounds, 1 assist, shot 57% from the field, 55% from three attempts. Didn't really play very much last week. This week he got the most minutes of any Nugget in the rotation. Can you believe that? He got the most minutes. So he was out there with a variety of different people and a variety of different rotational sets. And so he just got an opportunity to do a little bit more. He scored 2 more points per game this week. He got about the same number of rebounds, kept the turnovers low, more assists this week. Didn't shoot well at all, but somehow managed to score more. And so intriguingly, that got him a better week this week than last week.
Do you, even with all that being said, and I know you're not the coach, do you like him any more than you did last week?
Not really.
Yeah.
But he's kind of, but here's the thing. Here's an interesting thing. Last week, 57% of his shots were 2s. This week, 58% of his shots were 3s. So they kind of got him some different looks this week to try and mix it up. They wanted to get him some more momentum from 3. It didn't really work. He shot 33% from 3. But I mean, it's just interesting the way they're using him. He had a lot more catch and shoot.
Threes.
He did. He had a lot more catch and shoot this week, and he didn't really live up to that rotational change and that change in his emphasis when he's out on the court.
So what's Adelman seeing here? A good defender?
He's seeing someone who they are trying to get going, I guess, going into the playoffs.
Desperately, yeah.
I mean, last week he only shot, what is this? 14% pull-ups. This week that was 35%.
Another question. This is going to sound really weird. Who do they need to work into this rotation and actually work back into shape more of what they want in the playoffs? Aaron Gordon or Cam Johnson? This sounds like a weird question.
I thought you were going to say Peyton Watson.
Peyton Watson has been so out of control this year. I think he's going to come back and score 25 in like 15 minutes. Like it's the first game he's back. He's been so out of control. I mean, he would have like an all-star case if this was the whole year, which is crazy.
Well, and that's why I mentioned him, because he factors into your question of Cam or AG, because I would say AG needs to get more ramped up because he's missed so much time this year.
The obvious answer.
Yes. But I could understand the argument for Cam because Cam has just not really put it all together for an extended stretch this year. But that's where Peyton Watson comes in, because if you wanted to make the argument that maybe you start Peyton in the rotation at the 3 and you have Cam come off the bench as maybe your 7th man.
He just has to make the same shots he does right now. He goes back to the Peyton we've seen before in the offense. I mean, it's been bad. Cam needs to make the shots. If Peyton doesn't make the shots, I mean, Murray is going to get triple teamed, right? I mean, at that point,
well, they can't triple team him because Joker's also out there.
You know what I'm saying? Just the idea of that much. I mean, if the perimeter shooting is not there, that team gets a lot easier to guard. Jokic is a stud. He's going to figure it out. They're going to win games that doesn't make sense with him and with Murray. But if there's just no support system, especially from the perimeter on a team that's the number 1 shooting team in the league from 3 right now, that evaporates. Does it just become a 2-man team at that point?
That's why you got to make the argument for P. Watt to get back.
I just hope it's there. And I think that it's really great that they have this option now, because what I'm seeing so far is Cam's actually a 4 on this team that's forced into a 3. He's been playing the 3. He's always naturally been a 3, but the way he's playing this year would tell me more he's a 4. Which isn't great.
Dunker spot Cam Johnson.
Exactly. Did you remember he dunked on PJ Tucker in the finals?
No, actually. 2021?
That can be the intro for next week. Yeah, 21. Awesome dunk. Breen is peeing his pants on TV. He's having so much fun. Yeah, it was so good. I wish Hubie Brown was there. Just go come on. Miss Hubie Brown too.
Oh man,
what an interesting rotation they have though, because at least there's the option. If Cam doesn't have it, you kind of can just get rid of it, or you can put Cam into a 10-12 minute guy if it doesn't work out. with how P-Watt's playing right now. But gosh, I hope it stays that way in the playoffs.
Well, and even just him coming back from injury, you hope it stays that way.
Yeah,
you hope all his
exactly.
momentum didn't get absolutely nuked by the fact that he's now going to have missed about a month before.
They are
back.
so cooked if neither one of those guys can shoot in the playoffs, though.
Probably. But actually, I hesitate to say that because even every single time this year, I've thought, oh no, there goes another one.
Do you put
now we're
Strawberry at
doomed.
3?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that depends on the matchup at that point, right? Because it's like there are some teams, Minnesota, you probably don't want to have Julian Strawther playing the 3 again.
Bruce is going to play in that series more.
Yeah, for sure. And
He's going to laugh at knocking Anthony Edwards in the head a few times. He's going to laugh at him while he's down.
It depends on the matchup in the playoffs. And so that's what it'll come down to. But you mentioned Bruce Brown. Interestingly enough, he got significantly, I guess he got about the same. This was a weird week. It was very top heavy.
It didn't feel that great. You watched it?
He got fewer minutes this week than he did the week before, and he was not playing very well. But somehow he was 4th overall in minutes per game on this team this week.
I still think they're just, I mean, even if he's out there, I think they're saving what they actually want for him for the playoffs. I told you I haven't been super excited. This is not the same Bruce Brown that won them the championship. I think we all know that right now. But like, I think they're giving him some cardio minutes to just keep him fresh for the playoffs. I really think that way.
Yeah, I hope so. Spencer returned to action. SJ.
I know I disagree with your dad about the point that he has an awesome jump shot. That is disgusting. But it's weird to think like he's such a fun player and he's a defensive player.
Perfect role for him.
He has to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a ton. It might be 2 to 5 minutes in a game. But I think he needs to play every single playoff game.
Even just put him out there for about 10 to 12 minutes, just go lock down the other team's really good.
And that's probably the most he plays in a game, unless he hits 2 or 3 threes the game before. Maybe he gets a spot start.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think he'll start in the playoffs if everyone's healthy. But
I've seen a few other different teams do hey, let's play him for 5 minutes at the start of the third and the third quarter, and that's kind of it.
It's like wear the other guy down. Out of the gate. You know, fair
the
enough.
Jackson Hayes role, but they actually like Spencer Jones and don't like Jackson, and the Lakers don't really like Jackson Hayes.
And Spencer Jones could probably do a better dunk in the dunk contest also.
I don't think you're letting that one go anytime soon. I actually started this, but I don't think you're. What would you do if Jackson Hayes got signed to a 3-year or a 1-year, $3 million deal in the offseason? Would you?
For the Nuggets?
Yeah.
We would never in a million years do that.
What would happen? What would your reaction?
I don't know.
I think you'd be pretty sad. Just based off what I'm seeing right now, I don't think you'd love it.
I love my alley-oops, but this team doesn't play that way. That's about the only reason I'd be excited.
All he gives you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so not a fan of that.
So who's excited for this next week of predictions? Because I'm excited. I'm feeling myself. I'm going to lose this week by 70 because that's the case. But
are you going to let me back in by making some pretty large?
It feels like a moment of arrogance could sneak in here.
Yeah,
but let's prove that out. So first game here.
We got Oklahoma
They're actually
City.
playing in 20 minutes.
22 minutes. Yeah, the Oklahoma City Thunder, national television. All right,
at OKC.
Here's the deal. All right, last 2 weeks, Oklahoma City has been middle of the pack offensively, top 10 defensively. Who's healthy for them tonight?
Great question. Let's go take a look.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Carlson's out. AJ Mitchell's out for this game. Jalen Williams is still out. Thomas Sorber's still coming back from his ACL tear.
Thomas Sorber.
Usually this is me doing this to Chris, so he actually has earned this for so long. Watson, Gordon, and Tamar Bates are still out for the Nuggets. I mean, Tamar's not coming back.
Tamar Bates is pretty killer for us right now.
Missouri product. Watch your.
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad.
I actually have the signed Tamar Bates jersey in my possession. My brother got it signed.
Wow, that's cool.
Knows the guy. Yeah,
he actually would be a guy who would help give us some defense if he were healthy, but he's probably not going to play this year.
Another awesome perimeter shooter, athlete. He's the Spencer Jones that's less on defense and more on offense. Like this. I mean, Adelman will love Tamar Bates.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll worry about that next year.
We will.
This game. I don't like it.
Ratings on paper, Oklahoma City is beating or expected to beat people 114-107.
Yeah, 7.5 is the line right now. This game's on ESPN in 20 minutes. I'll let you go first. Where are you at?
No, winners go first.
Oh,
you're in the lead. You have to go first.
He notices my weakness of trying to be unselfish, which is actually just me trying to deflect. It's not even me being unselfish.
Oh man,
I'm back and forth on this game. There are parts of the Nuggets that the Thunder just hate playing against. The Thunder have not been the same team for a while. Did you know they don't even have the best record in the league anymore?
Yeah, is it the Pistons now? Yeah, Pistons are cooking.
They have like one good offensive player.
I know.
It's what a weird league we're in.
Weird.
In the league of offense.
Don't forget that was one of the worst teams in like league history a few years ago. 2 years ago.
Years ago, they lost almost 30 games in a row.
See, that's the type of turnaround I need my Rockies to have. All right, if we're gonna just if
I
that
signed up
is
for this being a
possible,
Nuggets pod only. Chris sent me a meme about he's gonna believe the Rockies are gonna win the World Series this year.
No,
and he believes it. I just want you to know
that.
He's put money into Blackhawk that the Rockies are making the playoffs this year. Tabea can confirm this. Okay, back to basketball. I think this is such a strange game. I'm giving OKC the edge here. I'll say 123 to 121.
Oh my gosh, another 2 points.
This is a tough game for both teams. Don't you? I mean, you're
wrong. They beat us by more than 10 here a few weeks ago with a similar health situation.
Okay.
But I mean, weirder things have happened.
You want to tell me how to do things when you're losing? Okay, go right ahead.
What does the matchup predictor say on you?
69.2% chance for the Thunder.
Yeah, all right.
You're barely giving the Nuggets a 30% chance in this one. So I think that's actually screaming what you're saying. The Nuggets get their butts kicked a little bit here.
Yeah. That's kind of the route I'm taking. You're saying 123, 121 we lose?
Yeah, they still don't really have a great option for Jokic.
Funny. That's the exact same score you said that we would lose to Boston by.
The exact same?
The exact same.
Oh my gosh. Ride it, baby.
Okay, fine. All right.
Okay,
we'll stick with it. Back-to-back weeks, consistency.
What do you got?
Like it. I really don't see this being a game that we come within 10 points up.
Okay.
So, okay. I also said we would lose to Boston by 11. So I'm going to change that. I'm actually going to say we lose this game by 9. And I'm going to say we lose. Well,
isn't this a game that screams the Nuggets could get blown out and actually show up a little bit more for? Doesn't it scream that?
It certainly does.
Yeah.
It does. All right. I'm not
backdoor cover. I think it's safer for you to be within that spread. I'm not even just trying to prop you up here. I really believe that. Yeah. This is a game the Nuggets are going to be in a little bit more than you think. Also, just the same things that the Thunder used to prevent the Nuggets from scoring last year don't work the same this year.
Yeah.
Jokic is back in a different way than when they played Thunder last time. That was his first game back.
Mm-hmm.
Jokic is going to tear this team in. I mean, he might have 40, 20, and 10 tonight.
Probably. And they're still going to lose 124-115.
Okay. Got it. On to Minnesota at home. The arch nemesis. Their biggest rival, I think without a doubt right now, is Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
A game that they are always just petrified of.
Yes.
And a game that I don't like either for them in this one either.
Hey, wait. Okay. Minnesota last 2 weeks, they're mid offensively and defensively. 111 offensive rating, 113 defensive rating.
I think you just saying that made it worse because now Anthony Edwards is mad at you if he hears this.
I just triggered him.
I hate it.
The beast.
Give me Minnesota in this one. I'll say 114-105. Or sorry, 114-109.
114-109. Okay, a unique score prediction. Interesting.
Yeah. I think this could be a slog for a little bit. Yeah.
You know what? Give me Denver to win this game.
Yes.
Give me Denver to win this game. 113-107.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Because
I don't think you're wrong necessarily.
The Celtics game should have gone a lot worse than it did. Somehow we managed to hold Boston to 84 at home.
Nobody made any shots.
Yeah, that's not happening against Minnesota, but the same type of thing could happen. They'll lock it up defensively, and it's at home. So I'm going to stick with the theme here of them over exceeding expectations at home, and I'm going to pick us to win by 6.
I also think, the Minnesota trying to figure out the thing without a point guard right now is hurting them. Anthony Edwards, as much fun as he is, he's not a point guard.
No, he's
never
not.
going to be. And it is a problem. So we'll see if that. I mean, even last year, Conley was such a killer in the playoffs. We'll see. Is he officially back on the team yet?
Is he back? He's supposed to.
He
be
got
back?
traded, and then I think he got waived in the expectation he was going to
come back.
Minnesota, which is hilarious.
That's
by the way.
absolutely hilarious. Maybe they just needed to do it to make the money work.
They don't really have a point guard. They traded away Rob Dillingham, which didn't really work.
Yeah.
I mean, as we know, the Bones Highland is always an experience.
And they don't have Nikhil Alexander Walker anymore.
I'm not sure I've been more wrong than anything than I was so upset they got rid of Bones Highland.
Oh, well, we got a chip out of it.
So. No, I'm saying I was upset. I was like, I think you guys are wrong, and then they won the chip.
Yeah.
I'm saying I've never been more wrong.
Oh, you've never been more wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well,
I loved Bones.
There you go. Fair enough.
Turns out his style is not conducive to team basketball.
You don't say.
Okay.
Hey, well, fair enough. That's our first disagreement.
Okay.
I think we win by 6. You think they lose by 5. That would really help me if you're wrong significantly.
Game after in Utah.
Okay. I think we agree on this one.
I would think so.
Okay.
This feels like a get right spot for them. Usually going into Utah with an altitude would be a problem for a team except for that Denver's also in the altitude.
Yeah.
Doesn't like a problem.
Wow.
Utah, there is no team more loudly in the entire sport that is tanking. This has to be a drubbing, right?
Well, okay. Last 2 weeks, Utah 105 offensive rating, 117 defensive rating. So you could easily see that happening. Yeah.
Oh, are you trying to tempt me or something?
I look, man.
125, 106.
I got
Denver winning
now.
this one.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
I think they actually let their foot off the gas pedal a little bit at the end here. This is a game that should be a 40-point win. But I'm going to say they lose it a little bit in the fourth quarter. They play. De'Ron Holmes might miss a couple threes. Sorry, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah, sorry.
It screams that kind of game for me. But this is just the way Utah plays defense. I mean, they're give me the Jameis Winston meme where he's licking his fingers for the W. That is what every Nugget's going to see in this game from an offensive perspective. The one where this happens to be the game where nobody misses for the Nuggets, just like there seems to be one game every week for that to be the case. This game will be that game.
There you go.
125, 106.
I've got 128, 114.
Okay, a little closer.
I think the defense isn't as tight. I think we score a little bit more offensively.
Utah actually sneakily has a really good offense, especially before they let their guys go. Those guys score a bunch of points.
Yeah, this is true.
But that's before they started playing everybody else. I think it's going to be different today.
Whoops.
Okay.
Last game of the week. Lakers.
One more game.
Lakers, last 2 weeks, 113 offensive rating, 119 defensive rating.
So can you give me the all defense case for Luka?
Maybe we'll see it on that game night.
Can you give me the all defense case for anyone on the Lakers?
No. And yet somehow the last time they were here, we only scored 107 against them.
I'm going to surprise you with this one. 139, 135 Lakers. I hate the matchup for Denver. I think Luka absolutely loses his mind. I'm talking 50 to 55 points in this game.
In what, triple overtime?
Maybe.
Okay.
But I'm going to say it in regulation. I actually think LeBron hates playing Denver so much. I think you see a different LeBron game. I think you see him get over 30 as well.
So 139, 135.
Lakers?
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and the Lakers win this one.
Oh, wow.
I knew I was going to surprise you on this one.
And
I'm confident this is actually the game we're going to split the most on.
I think you might be right about that because I'm going to say the Nuggets win this game. Yeah, right. 112, 109.
You think it's going to be that low scoring?
I think it will. Yeah. Well, last time I picked the Nuggets to win against the Lakers here, I was a lot more excited about the likelihood of that happening. And then we lost 115-107. So I think we win this time like we should have last time, but I think it's going to be close because for whatever reason, we just can't hold it down against Luka and LeBron. It's always close. Have we blown them out recently since they got Luka?
No. And the Lakers have won most of the games.
Yeah.
People are going to say I'm I'm dumb for this, guys. I have evidence behind my prediction. Luka loves playing the Nuggets.
Yeah,
loves it.
Yep.
I mean, he's gonna be licking his chops to see Jamal Murray, another side, or whoever's gonna guard him. Cam Johnson, Spencer Jones, maybe not as much. That guy's pretty tough. He can't wait to see little Tim Hardaway. He is going to be jumping up and skipping around when he sees Tim Hardaway guarding him.
So what? How about 24 from Hardaway in that game? I'm calling it right now. We'll be back next week.
I think for pod content, I'm going to stay with no comment on this one. There's no chance.
Yeah.
I could see. Actually, you know what? Just for pod content, I'm actually going to change my thought here. Tim Hardaway goes for 9 points, and he's 2 for 7 from the field. Because I will laugh. I mean, I will never have a better laugh at you if that's actually what happens.
Okay. Yeah. Tim Hardaway for 24, and we got Tim Hardaway for 9.
2 for 7.
2 for 7 for 9 points. Gotcha. Yeah. Cool.
Which means somehow he finds his way to the free throw line
and gets 5 free throws.
Yeah.
Catch and shoot Tim gets 5 free throws.
Or I guess if he makes 2 threes, it's 3.
Yeah, right.
Still, I mean, when's the last time Tim Hardaway had 3 free throws in a game?
Exactly.
Probably not this year.
Oh,
actually, probably sometime this year he has.
Had to do some carrying for extended periods of this. Yeah, recently. Oh, okay. Well. All right. That's that game. Fair enough.
I don't think we've ever been as different in a week. Obviously, this is more games during the week. There's 4 of them. This is gonna really seismically, change everything within our dynamic here.
Either I'm gonna be back in the lead barely,
or it's over already.
Yeah, absolutely crushed. 3 weeks into my own competition.
Already, yeah. Which would be hilarious for me. Oh my gosh, this is really exciting.
It's exciting.
Final thoughts on. We still didn't touch rotation and a little bit more. I know you wanted to touch on Jalen Pickett. Any more final Jalen Pickett thoughts for us?
Not really. He just needs to let KJ take over.
Oh, so you're ready to toss him aside.
I'm ready to see what KJ has because KJ's on a 2-way contract, right?
So, do you play KJ in the playoffs?
No, KJ's not seeing hardly any playoff time, if any, unless it's like a blowout.
The problem with that scenario still is they don't have their point guard,
which Bruce. Is fine. We won our championship without one. So
I think Bruce is a different ball handler that year than he is this year.
Yeah, fair enough. But we have Tim Hardaway.
Nobody even believes this except for you.
Tim
Hardaway's a ball handler.
Hey man, you see that pull-up percentage going up? Let Unk create, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Let him shot create.
Pray for this man. Oh my goodness. It's making me ill.
How else is he going to get his 24 points against the Lakers in exactly?
Suddenly I got to migrate. This is insane. I can't even process this in real time.
I love it.
Comments time. You got comments?
No, I don't have comments, but we have to touch on our Rockies, man. It's the last week of hoops and homers.
That's right. We still talk about that team.
We have about 10 minutes to talk about my Rockies. And I mean, it's the first week of spring training, so there's not incredibly tons to talk about.
What'd you see?
So, you know what? You want to know what I saw?
Mm-hmm.
First week, interesting things, okay?
Offense.
Very interesting things. Not just offense. They're third so far in spring in stolen bases. Yeah.
Wait. Am I here to hear they're going to play smart baseball this year? I think we've touched on that before.
Look, okay, here's the thing. Most of the games the first week here have not been televised, so I've had to listen to them on audio. And so, it's just so funny to hear the commentator, every single time we get a guy on first is like, oh, runner takes off for second. Oh, runner takes off for second. It's like, wow, they're really going full send this spring with the stolen bases. I can't wait to see how that shows up in the regular season.
How many
speedsters out there on
how
base.
Many doses of Benadryl are we gonna have to give you if they're actually 6-2 in the regular season like they are right now in the Cactus League?
First off, that's probably not gonna happen. Second off, at least 3.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be you're not allowed to have coffie for a while, dude.
No, and I don't even drink coffee.
Yeah. But, we would make sure that you were.
That's how hype I would be. Yeah, I would be that stimulated. Okay, so I love the stolen bases. That's absolutely fire. Okay. What else do I like? I like TJ Rumfield. Okay. First week here, Blaine Krim got hurt. Okay, so he hasn't played really very much. our boy TJ Johnston, or Troy Johnston, who we did an interview with.
So you just screwed up his name and you've talked to him.
I have. He's not playing very well to start spring. Now, we do have several weeks left in spring training, but TJ is just carrying the field. Okay, he started off slow his first 2 games, but he's got 3 dingers now. He's getting walks. He's getting base hits. He's playing solid defense.
Mr. Ritter and Mr. Castro making quite the case to play a lot early on, aren't they?
Ritter's been playing everywhere, outfield and infield.
Castro's hitting .714 right now.
Castro
Is that good?
Well, some might say. Well, that's what we expect.
If he hits half of that, he will win the batting championship.
Yeah. Now, it's been 1 week.
He will win the batting title if he hits half that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But this is early.
So, yes. I mean, those two, they're fine. They are they're borderline competitors. Well, obviously, Castro, I think, slots in it. I personally think he starts at second this year. But, dude, Rumfield, I think, is creating himself a lead in the first base competition, which is not necessarily something I expected to see. Okay, he had a slow training camp last year with the Yankees, even though he was a top 30 prospect. This year, he comes out of the gate with 3 dingers in the first week in a competition type of environment for that position. I would, like I said, my ideal situation would be that he wins that battle outright.
Well, it's secretly something we've actually haven't talked about, but we've kind of danced around it for a while, that we really weren't sure about who has first base. Right?
Yeah.
We didn't really specifically speak to it. But, I mean, we already like the offense in a much better way than we did last year. If you have a first baseman that can hit for power, that's the baseline of an awesome offensive team.
Yeah.
You get to find a way where, hey, they might not just be a top 20 offensive team. Let's talk about top 12. And if they are even sniffing top 12, suddenly 70 games doesn't seem that scary anymore.
70 games isn't scary in general right now.
Oh my goodness.
But hey, look.
It's coming. I warned you. You didn't believe me when I told him about the meme. Look at this guy. He is losing his mind.
Yeah. There's a show, another Rockies show that's talking about drinking the purple Kool-Aid. I am destroying purple Kool-Aids.
You had purple Powerade for breakfast this morning.
Yes, I had. So
a really good Powerade.
Cracked, bro.
So good.
Yeah. That's pretty darn incredible. So TJ showing up. Also, dude, my boy Zach Veen, the Hulk himself, 2 walk-off home runs in the first week of spring training.
Can we say so far we don't hate the new build?
We love the new build.
Yeah.
Because it's the same type of Zach Veen, right? There's still a decent amount of strikeout in there, but
boy,
he hits the ball
spooky.
hard. He hits the ball hard now.
It's scary when you gain that much weight, but it's worked so far.
Yeah.
You see if he's able to. I think the important thing now is, 1, is that sustainable in the regular season, obviously. And then 2, are there durability issues with putting that much weight on?
Mm-hmm.
That's something you have to think about. But anybody in the Rockets front office would take a bullet to have this type of Zach Veen on the team in the regular season.
This is
not
true.
even close.
Not even close.
It's not even debatable.
Nope.
Hey, secretly, guys, the defense and the pitching's been really good so far.
Yeah.
In spots.
In spots. I mean, besides our boy Patrick Weigel. Okay.
I spoke to this a week ago when we first talked about his first game. I mean, I'm not sure this guy's a AA player, guys. Let's be so serious.
He's a AAA player. He's a AAA pitcher. Technically.
For now.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so besides
he's about to get released if he keeps pitching like this. I'm so serious. It's been that bad.
Besides 2 really bad Patrick Weigel outings, 1 bad Vodnik outing.
His ERA is like Cam Johnson's shooting percentage this year.
Which is high for baseball and bad for basketball.
Yes.
Yeah. So hey, look. Yeah. So bottom line, Rockies are stealing bases. They're 3rd in spring in stolen bases. They're hitting dingers. They're 2nd in spring so far in dingers.
What's translatable outside of the dingers and stolen bases as we wrap things up today?
I like the fact that I just like the complete game aspect. You know, they're still solid defenders. They are hitting for power. They're stealing bases. That's really all they need to do.
If I hear you right, I think even if it's just spring training, you're just so thrilled with competitive baseball at this point.
I am. Hey, we have one more guy to talk about before we leave. It's your boy, Rockies third baseman of the future.
Kyle Garrett.
No. Yes. Kyle
Charlie Cotton.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Kyle Karros is third baseman of the future. He's also having a great first week, by the way. Shout out to Kyle.
Hasn't been too bad.
It has not. He's roping baseball.
I know you love his at-bats, every single one.
That's my third baseman. But this is your third baseman that we're about to talk about. So, how about Charles, man? 2 home runs. He's contributing to the home run barrage. Now, I think one of them was off a AA player and one of them was off a AAA player, which is pretty decent. Okay. Cause he's been a AA player at his peak so far in his career, but you love to see the approach going the opposite way solidly a lot of the time, playing solid defense in the outfield. And
he's got a really translatable bat. There's a reason people freaked out about him, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Not just that he hit 400 in his senior year in college with over 30 home runs. It's that he actually looks like a versatile athlete. And so you love to see Charles showing up to the ball yard.
I know it sounded, and I didn't come the best way about bringing it with Charlie as a third baseman because it's just not happening probably over there. He's got to get another look this year. I'm not saying it has to be break. He's not going to break camp with the team.
No.
I'd have a lot of questions if he doesn't play in August.
He'll be up in August probably. I think he'll start the year in AAA and then he'll be up in August, especially if Rumfield earns starting first base spot and then struggles, or even if the Krim Johnston platoon struggles.
Which I think you're souring on each day.
I said I think that's the most likely. I didn't say that's the one I wanted, but yes, I'm kind of souring on it just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Rumfield's rocking your world right now.
Rumfield, I mean, you can't hit 3 home runs in the first week of spring training and just go under the radar. That's incredible. He's just because he's got such a sweet swing. He finally got his timing going. And once he got that going, the last few games that they played here, just raking, man.
Okay, role player of the week presented by Ent Credit Union. Who is the random player the Nuggets play this week that is going to ruin their lives?
Oh, man.
You have to predict this. I can't predict this.
have to predict which Nuggets role player is going to ruin.
Unless you really want me to predict, and then I'll predict
my life this week. Okay.
Yeah. Who is somebody that they play?
Who did I pick them to lose against? Did I pick them to lose against?
OKC.
OKC. So tonight, which role player is going to ruin our life? I'm not going to pick an OKC role player. They're all incredible.
Are you going to pick Bones against from Minnesota?
Right. Give me Dante DiVincenzo. Is he healthy?
The only problem with that prediction is you predicted Denver to win.
Oh, I did pick them to win, didn't I?
I was like,
the other 3 that week.
Did you have them losing any games? Even they're going 4-0.
I had them losing tonight.
Yeah. So
I can't pick a role player from the Thunder because that's a great team. They're not. There's no role players on that team.
They all would start on other teams. All of them.
Yeah.
Brandon Cross is not playing because he would be an awesome pick for this, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think I have to give one for you then. Just because you didn't pick anything.
Who from the Lakers? I mean, the Lakers are going to score 139.
Gabe Vincent got traded. He would have been a perfect pick for this.
So which Lakers role player is going to ruin my
Luke Kennard is too popular. That's not. It has to be more obscure than that. Luke, because you can see Luke Kennard at 30.
I forgot they traded for him.
Yeah, that's too easy. So we're not doing that. Oh my goodness. Naz Reid is too easy of a pick because that's happened before.
That will probably happen, honestly.
I can't pick Rudy Gobert because people would unsubscribe from the show if I picked Rudy Gobert.
Julius Randle?
That's not a role player. He's an all-star.
Wait, he was an all-star?
Not this year, but he was the first 2 of the 3 previous years.
Okay, fine. All right.
That doesn't work.
I said give me Dante DiVincenzo. Oh wait, how do we
You sound like Max Kellerman, like the give me Iguodala.
Yeah.
Type take.
I also just wandered from the Lakers game to the Timberwolves game.
Yeah. I will give you who else here? Oh man. I'm gonna cheat a little bit because it's gonna game that I think that Utah wins this game. But man, let's get stinky with it. Isaiah Collier goes for 25 against the Nuggets.
Nice.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, you wouldn't be shocked by that.
No. They're also not going to win, so it doesn't matter. But yeah,
we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Actually,
I'll let you finish.
We have 2 comments from Steve.
Oh, he's here.
He's here. Steve is here. Hopefully he's still here. His first comment is about our boy TJ Rumfield. TJ Rumfield reminds me a little bit of the DJ LeMahieu trade.
I like
off
this.
to the new front office for doing their homework and acquiring a talented prospect. Yeah, bro. See, because it's a very similar type of feel, right? And that was about the time where the Rockies started turning it around, because a few years later they became a playoff team. DJ LeMahieu trade happened 2013 ish.
TJ Rumfield isn't a secretly awesome defensive second baseman or third baseman,
but he could be a sneaky offensive and defensive first baseman.
How good does he have to be to match a DJ LeMahieu type beat? 35 home runs and at 280.
I think peak DJ LeMahieu was a high 4s, low 5s WAR player. So
yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna have to make up for the reason that number is so high is to make up for the fact that you can't make the same impact at first base on defense as you can at second or third.
You can make a greater impact offensively.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
With the dingers,
the 280 and 35 would be. I mean, he's obviously an all-star with those numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Most that's in the first half. So,
what I would pay to have a 7-8 tandem of Rumfield and Karros on the opening day roster and opening day lineup.
And soon, if it goes like this, you're gonna hate that he's hitting 7th.
Right.
This is so dangerous for you.
No, he's going to get thrown out opening day against
Thank
Sandy.
you for the most important comment on here. Purple Power Rate is S tier. No doubt about it. Love that. Steven, thanks for chiming in, and good to have you.
No, I have not had Purple Powerade in some time.
Should we drink it on the pod next time? That'd be funny.
You just walk in with the Purple Powerade.
Even though we're not even covering the Nuggets next week, so it feels like we can't do it. Or
the Rockies.
Not covering the Rockies, but it feels like we can't do it.
I know.
It'd be funny to just see like an empty can. Just like the start of the first thing we see before they see our faces, and then we step in, like walk into our chairs.
It's true. It'd be
some things for us to talk about off the air another time.
But anyway, thank you all for listening to the last episode of Hoops and Homers. Like I said, if you hopped on recently, we'll be back next week with the Nothing But Nugs podcast. It will be our first week holding that down as we work through some new changes to 5280 Media. Y'all will hear more about that this week. If you go follow us on Instagram and Twitter, it's been real doing a few weeks of Hoops and Homers with you. It'll be an absolute vibe to do some Nugs podcasts going forward.
Go Nugs. We'll see you guys later. Subscribe.
What he said. See y'all next week. Adios, amigos.